Rusty came to me in 2007 as a 6-month-old puppy when a good friend had acquired him with good intentions, but quickly found out he was unable to give the dog the care it needed due to his very busy work schedule. He called me and asked if I'd be interested in taking his puppy. I asked, "What breed is it?" And the moment he said golden retriever, I was sold. I then asked him how much, and he said, "Free to a good home," and that's why I called you first. I picked up Marley at his house and brought him home where we began to bond. After a day of calling him Marley, I decided to change his name to Rusty, and it didn't take him long to catch on to the switch. We got along like peas and carrots. One time I was downstairs watching TV, and Rusty got a tennis ball and went to the top, and then dropped it down the stairs where it stopped on the landing. I got up and threw the tennis ball up to him so he could hold it, and then I sat back down to watch TV. A few minutes later I heard the bump, bump, bump of the tennis ball coming down the stairs, so I got up again and went over and threw it back up to him and sat back down. A few minutes later I hear the bump, bump, bump of the tennis ball coming down the stairs, so I get up and go over and throw it back up to him and sit back down. Bump, 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 and there's the tennis ball again. After about the 5th time, it finally dawned on me my dog was getting me to fetch his tennis ball. Yeah, he really was that smart. I only had to show him once or twice how to do something for him to master it. I didn't teach him a lot of tricks or tasks. I just wanted him to feel happy and free. Rusty was every bit a sporting dog, and he loved the water and fetching tennis balls. His favorite thing to do was go to the dog park. He was very sociable and would go around and say hi to every dog in the park. His favorite park was the one that had a lake for swimming, and it got really crowded on the weekends. I liked to pull up a chair in the shade and watch him enjoy all the action around him. Rusty would have such a good time playing with the other dogs and chasing tennis balls from anyone that would throw one. Unfortunately, there always seemed to be one dog with an irresponsible owner that would dampen our day. And on this day, it was a big black Great Dane. It was going around beating up other dogs just like some bully in a schoolyard. I don't know if that's something common to the Great Dane breed, but the fact the owner let it happen was a bit annoying. Eventually, the Great Dane honed in on Rusty and pestered him for a while before catching him out in the water and stomping Rusty till he was pinned underwater, almost drowning. I was recording video thinking they were playing until I saw the Great Dane snapping at Rusty and knew Rusty wasn't having any fun at all, so I dropped the camera and went over to where they were at. I told the owner that his dog was playing way too rough for my dog and tried to drown him, so I'd appreciate it if you'd keep him away from my dog. I stayed right there to make sure the Great Dane played nice, and the problem was alleviated. Rusty and I had been to a different dog park where another Great Dane singled him out and proceeded to harass him until the Great Dane finally pinned him on the ground and began stomping him like a wild stallion. Once again, I could tell Rusty was in distress, so I rushed over to get the Great Dane off of him. Standing just off to the side was the Great Dane's woman owner, and I walked over and asked her politely to please keep her dog off mine. She gave me a cold glance and said, "They're just playing, and if I didn't like it, I should take my dog somewhere else." Well, there was about 50 ways I could have responded. I took the higher road and just turned around and walked away. I had encountered several very rude and irresponsible dog owners during many visits at several different parks, and it got to the point where I didn't want to return. I know dogs can play, and Rusty getting a left hook from this boxer is harmless dog play. A huge Great Dane that singles out a dog and then tries to drive it into the ground is unacceptable to me. Rusty loved the park with the lake, so I'd take him there on weekdays during off hours when few people were there, and that worked out better. I also had a few beaches we could go to without being harassed, and he would have lots of fun there. It was really nice to be able to spend quality time enjoying the outdoors with my dog in relative peace. Later, when Rusty was a senior dog like this golden retriever, I noticed that none of the dogs would play and harass him. They would come over, snip his butt, and move on. It was like they knew he was past the play rough stage, and they gave him the respect an elderly dog deserves. Rusty was such a good dog, very friendly and very sociable. Watching him get singled out and picked on by the dog park bullies was sad, but even worse, a reflection of their owners. Rusty crossed the Rainbow Bridge a few years back, and I miss him every day. He had a kind spirit that often outshined some humans we encountered. It was my responsibility to give him his best life, and I hope I succeeded. He certainly was this man's best friend.